everyone, good morning and welcome to Market FataFat right here on ET Now. Before we proceed with the list of stocks to watch out for, let's get in a word from LIC Chairman speaking exclusively to the channel. Here is VK Sharma.
Basically, generally on the market scenario, last year was a year of volatility. The year 2018 has been a lot of highs and lows in the market. We've seen a lot of volatility due to COVID factors. As we head into 2019, LIC is one of the biggest participants in the markets. What is the kind of outlook that you have?
I am very positive. Actually, the way the growth is coming, inflation is down, the capital market also will go very high.
So in terms of,
and we are participating very actively.
You said you were participating very actively. We have seen in the year 2018 you investing heavily, not only in markets, but you picked up IDBI Bank as well. In terms of, the completion of the deal and how the things really shape up.
Right, unfortunately, we haven't got quite a clear audio, but nonetheless, some comments that we managed to echo out talking about a fairly positive outlook on not just the economy but the capital markets as well. Remember, this is on the sidelines of one of the biggest events of the channel, the India Economic Conclave 2018, which is currently underway at the NCPA. We will keep getting you bites of a lot of corporate India as well as on the political sphere. But for now, let's move right on to Market FataFat. We have a whole host of stocks that are lined up by our entire team of research analysts who are standing by. Sumit Bagadia is also with us from Choice Broking. But first up, let's chat a little bit about a banking stock that has been in the news to say the least. Yes Bank is in focus today, and in fact, it's a very crucial day because we understand that now the board is going to be meeting, and this is with respect to the appointment that the bank is mulling for who is going to be the new chairman. The board, remember, will be holding the meeting to discuss the names for the candidates that could potentially be in the running for the next managing director and CEO. This is after Rana Kapoor's term has ended on the 31st of January. They're also going to name, recommend names for the new chairman to be approved by the RBI and consider the appointment of independent directors. What's the stock up to? 188 on Yes Bank. Well, let's shift gears then and pull up another stock from the mid-cap space that's drawing attention, and that is Can Fin Homes. Sumit, let's understand what is the technical approach today.
Hi, good morning, Awan. Well, see, technically, Can Fin Homes is looking good to me. Today, the stock has given a good move from lower levels, and on chart, it seems that the stock is headed higher. From here on, we can see a move till 290 or till 300 levels. So, for a trading perspective, those who have taken long positions with Can Fin can hold on the existing long positions, and one can initiate fresh long positions at the current market price, with the stop loss to be placed at 252 levels on lower side for the upside target of 290 and 300 levels in the next couple of days.
Watch out, that's a 6% move that you're seeing on Can Fin Homes. Let's shift gears then and find out what's going on in aviation. It's Interglobe Aviation that's on Morgan Stanley's radar. Vivek, tell us more.
Well, that's right. Well, after a long time, you're actually seeing a positive note as far as the aviation space is concerned. We've only seen downgrades pouring in, given the fact that crude oil prices, given the fact that aviation turbine fuel prices are something that were on an upswing. But given the fact that, most of these prices have corrected quite significantly from the recent peak, Morgan Stanley feels that Indigo in particular is one particular name to watch out for. They have an overweight rating on this particular name. The target price is almost a little over 1,300 rupees per share. They also believe that the fact that apart from the turning fundamentals, they believe that the company has actually emerged stronger after the entire fiasco that we've seen around the Jet Airways as well as the other aviation stocks that are facing a lot of turbulence. So given that, the other thing that they're saying that yields are somewhat on an improving trend, and which is why they believe that Indigo at this point of time offers a good investment opportunity.
All right, it sure does. 2.5%. That's the view coming in from the house of Morgan Stanley. Target 1311. Let's move on to Pharma then, and Strides Arcolab is a stock. Strides Shasan rather is in focus today. Let's understand what exactly the news bit is. Karanya, what's the detail?
Well, Strides Pharma is definitely in focus. Their Singapore subsidiary has got the US FDA nod, and this is for an ointment which is called lidocaine. It's essentially used as a local anesthesia to numb the skin and so on and so forth, and that's something that's keeping the stock in focus today. And of course, they will be launching this ointment immediately in the US market as well, and the US market is pegged to be somewhere around $50 million as far as this particular ointment is concerned. So they're looking forward to launching it there as well soonest. The company has also said that they have about 80 cumulative ANDA filings with the US FDA, out of which 54 have already been approved of date and only 26 are pending. So that's an update which is keeping the stock in focus in today's session.
All right, but taking it easy right now, there is an attempt to claw back into the green. 463 is where Strides is at. Let's move right on then to numbers 5, and that is Shriram Transport. Let's understand, Siddharth, what exactly are the observations, because the stock is quite upbeat today.
One, ever since there has been change of guard at the RBI, we are seeing market participants reading too much out of it, and we are seeing a lot of financial names doing well. Now work is to give observations rather than interpret anything about it. Shriram Transport Finance is also one stock within NBFC space which is buzzing, and it's near to its previous swing high, which is around 1,190 odd levels. In fact, stock is trading above, marginally above that level, and we are seeing fresh formation of long positions. So not all NBFCs are passing their previous swing highs, and stocks which are moving above their swing highs are actually stock which would outperform. So that's what, are the observations when it comes to Shriram Transport Finance.
Okay, that's the observation coming in, a stock that's active in trade today. And moving on to another one, and then is Raymond. In fact, let's understand, Sumit, do you believe that it's a buy at the current level?
See, Raymond has given a very smart move. Looking at the chart, it seems that in the last couple of days, we have seen a very smart recovery from lower levels. Now, immediately it can face some small resistance at around 870, 875 levels, that is 200 DMA. If once the stock is able to break 200 DMA on the closing basis, then we will see extended move till 900 or 910 levels. Those who have taken long positions, they can hold on the existing long positions with the trailing stop losses to be placed at around 830 levels. And if there is a dip of around 8 to 10 points from present levels, then they should be used as a buying opportunity for the upside target of 900 and 910 levels in next couple of days.
There you have it. That's the take coming in on Raymond. Buy, and as we speak, the stock is flirting up even more. Target price 900 to 910, says Sumit. Well, let's shift gears and find out what's going on in the large cap universe. It's Reliance Industries that merits a mention right now. Vivek, what is Morgan Stanley's stance? They're very bullish.
Well, absolutely right. So, Avan, we need to understand this particular piece of news. The agencies today morning actually said that the government is considering a proposal by RIL to increase their refining throughput, and this is something that Morgan Stanley today has read in. And what they're saying is that the government, once it gives the nod for increasing the throughput, what it actually means is that the company would be able to increase its capacity output by almost 8.5%, and this is the refining capacity that they're talking about in their core E&P business. So what they're saying is that this particular approval will actually positively impact their FY20 earnings by 1 to 2%, and again, this is why they've maintained their overweight stance with a target of almost 1230 rupees a share.
All right, that's something to keep an eye out on. It's very bullish. The approval is going to impact the FY20 earnings going forward, and it's a big thumbs up. Moving on then, at number 8, here's a stock that has an ET now impact, if you will. It's Bandhan Bank in focus. Karnya, what does the management have to say?
Well, the management was on the channel. They spoke about the fact that they recently got RBI nod to open 40 branches. So definitely the branch expansion was one of the biggest talking points wherein the management did offer commentary. The bank was, do remember, earlier debarred from opening any new branches by the RBI. The company says they opened 5 branches, will open additional 35 branches by the end of this month itself. So that's an important thing to note. Apart from that, they said that they're working very closely and seriously to bring down the NOFHC stake as well to 40%. The final decision on options, however, is taking a bit of a time, but yes, they are pretty much on track to abide by the guidelines and the norms laid out by the central bank.
Okay, that's the take coming in on Bandhan Bank. Take a look at the stock comfortably above the 500 mark. In fact, let's hear out the management. Mr. C.S. Ghosh, CMD of the bank.
I feel that the branch opening RBI given the restriction to prior approval from Reserve Bank of India. As per our year plan, we submitted this plan and accordingly we are got the approval and we are opening the branches now. So further relaxation is not our point of in this moment now, but we are very keen and trying to fulfill the compliance and committed to fulfill the compliance as early as possible as per guided by Reserve Bank of India.
All right, that's the take coming in from the management of Bandhan Bank, and the stock is soaring in trade. Well, let's move on then to another brokerage recommendation, and that is the Citi view on L&T Infotech. They maintain a buy with a target price of 2,100, and they believe that L&T Info is on course to deliver high revenue growth in FY19 versus what we saw in FY18. In fact, they're saying that the large deal pipeline has increased by 25% on year, and that it is the 16th global partner in global strategic services for SAP. Has a very strong pipeline of nearly 28 deals, and a lot of them are digital in nature. Nearly 43% are digital in nature, which is going to be a big game changer. Watch out for L&T Info, a thumbs up at 16.95. And at number 10, let's pull up a metal stock, and holding out quite consistently is Jindal Steel. Siddharth.
One in last 2-3 trading sessions, most of the names have shown a bounce back. So there are names which were strong and are moving higher, and there were names which were correcting substantially, underperforming, and they are also showing bounce back. And I feel Jindal Steel is one such name which was weak and showing some bounce back. So you need not get carried away by the stock. In fact, it is heading into a strong resistance of 162. We have seen some formation of longs, and this is third consecutive day of gains. But unless and until this level of 162 is not breached decisively, I think one should hold on to their horses before jumping in to long positions.
Watch out for Jindal Steel, 2.5% and counting. Tell you what, let's take a quick break right here on the show. Do come right back for more on Market FataFat. Thanks for staying on with us. This is Market FataFat. We're counting down to all the stocks to watch in trade, but let's move right on and flag off a PSU bank, and that is Indian Bank. In fact, Sumit, you're very bullish. Where are you placing your targets and stop losses here?
Bank is looking good. In fact, most of the banking stocks are looking good to me as far as view on Indian Bank is concerned. Today we have seen a move of around almost 10 to 11 rupees from lower levels. Still, this stock is looking good to me. One can initiate long positions at current market price too. Immediately on high side, we can see a move till 250 or 260 levels. That would be the target for next couple of days. Those who have taken long positions, they can hold on the existing long positions with a trailing stop losses to be placed at around 230 levels on lower side.
All right, watch out for Indian Bank. A thumbs up coming in from Sumit. Well, let's move right on. And what's going on with Sun Pharma? Vivek, what are the latest updates?
Well, Sun Pharma refuses to die out of the news, given the fact that, we had reported earlier that there was a 150-page report filed by a whistleblower against the company to the SEBI. Yesterday, finally, the SEBI has said that, yes, we are examining the whistleblower complaint against the company. Even while global brokerages at this point of time are upgrading the stock, citing attractive valuation, the stock remains under pressure and down almost over 1.5% in today's trading session.
All right, that's the take coming in. Yes, the news refuses to die down, and more than that, Vivek, the bad news refuses to die down, so 1.5% lower. Moving right on to stock number 13, and Macquarie is clearly upbeat, or they have a little bit of a mixed view coming in on Ujjivan, but the stock is flying high today, Karunya.
Well, it is flying high, and like you rightly pointed out, it's positive, but they have actually flagged off certain concerns as far as the growth prospects of this particular company are concerned. They basically maintain an outperform rating, but the target price has been cut by Macquarie from 460 rupees to 290 rupees. So there's a massive slashing down of target price that has happened. They said that the RBI rules are a bit of an overhang on the stock, but opportunity is there definitely for long-term investors who can patiently wait, buy and hold on to the stock. Improving business fundamentals are also being overlooked. However, having said that, they've cut the EPS estimates to factor in higher cost of funding. So really a mixed sort of a note being flagged off by Macquarie on Ujjivan.
All right, that's something to watch out for. That's the latest coming in on Ujjivan, and take a look as to how the stock is moving quite smartly in trade today. It's currently holding out nearly in double digits. Ujjivan currently at 248. Well, let's move on. There is some updates as well when it comes to the news with respect to IL&FS crisis. In fact, SEBI has moved 3 rating agencies and they've taken action against ICRA and CARE Ratings as they failed to inform investors about the credit profile of IL&FS. So the chairman of SEBI has said that the role of the ratings agencies now needs to be probed, and they have begun adjudicating proceedings against these agencies. After the SEBI board meet, they say that some of these ratings agencies need to be probed. Well, that's ICRA for you in trade, but let's shift gears for a moment and hear it from Nitin Gadkari, the Road and Transport Minister, speaking about the $5 trillion agenda of India at IEC.
So many thanks for speaking to us at TT. Now let me first begin by talking about, you did say on the stage how when you had taken over, banks were not willing to lend to the road and highway sector. But now that those things have changed, but at a time like this when liquidity has been one of the concerns, do you feel that there is similar kind of problem that we are seeing of liquidity in several sectors?
My feeling is the highway sector is the most economically viable sector. We don't have any problem. When I taken charge as a minister, at that time 403 projects costing 3,85,000 crores. Total, actually that's on the verge of collapse. But because of my ministry, we saved the Indian bankers from the NP of 3 lakh crores. Today everything is smooth. 99% problem already we have solved. I feel that it is a sector, there is no risk. The land acquisition, utility shifting, forest environment, all are clear. This is the time opportunity for the bankers to invest in highway project. And we have already formulated new policy by which the hybrid annuity projects are there. The 40% grant in aid is given as a grant from the government to the project and a 60% from the investor. I feel that this is really a very, very good economically idea, and I'm expecting cooperation from the bankers.
So there was an issue of credit freeze in the economy generally. Is that something that you witnessed in the road and highways
No,
projects?
it's not the problem. Now we have to make the process fast. The process is transparent, but because of that, what my feeling and expectation is to make financial closure as early as possible.
I also have to ask you one very important question. There is a new RBI governor at the helm of affairs, and coming in at a time when there has been a lot of back and forth, a lot of tussle between the government and the RBI. What do you think will be his immediate challenges and the kind of issues that he should focus on?
Actually, the present situation in the Indian banks, we have to increase the morale of the bankers.
Right.
We have to expedite the decision-making process. And from the new governor, I am expecting that he's a very positive person. I know him, and he will take the appropriate policy and decisions by which he can support the infrastructure, and definitely that is going to helpful for the growth rate of our country.
My last question to you, and I cannot let you go without asking a question on the assembly poll results. We're just a few months ahead of the 2019 elections. Your own sense, your key takeaways, and how will this result, the learnings that you will take from this result be implemented for the 2019 polls?
Every election is a big learning. Either it is victory or defeat. We have to learn something from that. But I am confident that with our performance of our government on the leadership of Modi ji, 4.5 years, I am confident that in next election we will get a reasonable majority.
Are you saying this is a case for re-election in 2019, the performance of the government?
No, I am confident we will get the majority.
All right, thank you so much, sir.
All the biggest voices from corporate India and from the political sphere at the India Economic Conclave, and that is Nitin Gadkari speaking exclusively, talking about how the highway sector is one of the most economically viable. Every election, of course, he said, is a big learning, but in terms of opportunities, there is a lot of opportunity for bankers to invest in highway projects, says Nitin Gadkari. We will remember, keep getting his snippets from the India Economic Conclave. But for now, let's move on to stocks to keep on your radar. We're at number 15 on market FataFat, and it's MGL that's in focus. Pretty hectic when it comes to the volume, Siddharth.
After listening to Nitin Gadkari and his, action plans, talking about stocks seems such a lame thing to do. But yes, continuing with our daily course, MGL is something which is moving about its 200 DMA and on a very strong volume, both in cash and futures market. This is one stock in Avan in oil and gas space or a gas space which has been outperforming and has been finding a lot of buyers at lower levels. Stock is doing well in today's trading session.
That's the take coming in on Mahanagar Gas. Well, on that note then, we'll call it a day right here on the show. Thanks much for watching. 10,772 on the index. We'll keep getting the snippets from IEC.